Hey, Yugioh. I guess I could try it again. Good morning and welcome to Back to Yu-Gi-Oh! This is episode 11. It's Saturday morning, I just got up. Today is another tournament day and I hope I can improve compared to last week, because last week I only went 1-3 in the tournament, which is one of my worst results. But I noticed that I'm losing concentration in the later games, so I'm gonna work on that this week and see how we can do. I need to take a shower and change before I can go to the store, so let's do that real quick. Alright, that's it. I actually just changed and showered real quick. It's super hot outside, it's like 35 degrees, so I'm just wearing a tank top and shorts because I don't wanna sweat myself to death in the warm air and in the store. So now all that's left to do is just pack everything up and head to the store. Let's go! Alright, let's get into the games. In round 1 I played against Salamangreat, and this was probably one of the faster games I've played in the last couple of weeks. It only took 10 minutes overall, and in both rounds my opponent scooped up pretty quickly because I had a very strong board rather fast and he just didn't want to waste time, so I won the first game 2-0, and now let's head on to game 2. So for round 2 I played against Sky Striker, and this was basically the opposite of the first game. And this week overall I had pretty bad hands that really didn't get off the ground, so it took me a while every game to actually get somewhere. But in round 2 I never had the chance to get anywhere and I lost pretty straightforward 0-2. So now we're at 1-1, and now let's get to game 3, which is full coverage. He wins the dice roll and makes me go first. I start with Scrap Recycler, to which he chains Gamma, but I negate it with Ash Blossom. I also play Foolish Burial and get Searcher and O-Lion in the graveyard. Then I special summon Orthos, destroy it and get Searcher back. After that I link into Wyvern, to which he chains Gamma again and negates my Wyvern. On his turn he also plays Foolish Burial to get an Inferno and a Tundle in the grave. He then special summons it by removing 2 of his monsters from the hand, attacks my Searcher, and then attacks a second time for 2800 damage. I just set one, give it back to him, he attacks my face down and I get a Searcher back, which he also destroys. On my next turn I just set one and pass back to him. He starts out by playing Monster Gate, flipping up cards until he draws a monster, which is Decatron. Decatron then searches his deck for a Harmadic, which goes to the graveyard, and Decatron gets its effect, which destroys my face down monster. He also special summons a Tundle again and attacks me again for 2800 damage. On my turn I try Last Ditch Effort, discard one to special summon Jet Synchron and tribute it for Scrap Golem that searches for Recycler, but once Recycler gets targeted he activates Harmadic's effect, removes Recycler and destroys my Golem, and at that point I realize I lose, so I scoop it up and we go to the next game.
Round 2. Fight!
In game 2 I start a game, but I start with the worst possible hand, set one and pass to him. He actually has Twin Twisters, so he activates and destroys my face down card, then plays Lair of Darkness and chains Void Vanishment, but this I negate with Ash Blossom. On my turn, I special summon Gizmo Orochi, remove 8 cards and then attack him directly for 2 450. On his turn, he normal summons Decatron, then searches his deck for Deviati and passes back to me. My hand is slowly coming together. I play Lightning Vortex, discard 1, then normal summon Scrap Recycler, but he chains Infinite Impermanence to negate it, so I just attack directly for 3350. He activates Void Vanishment again and searches for Void Feast, sets it, and then on my standby phase he activates it to get a Siete and 2 Decatrons on the field. The Decatrons search for Onunku and Deviati and get their effects. On my turn I just run over 2 of his monsters, then I main phase 2 special summon Orthos and destroy Recycler, then I use Gizmo Orochi's effect to destroy his final monster and pass back to him. On his turn he special summons Siete, then he also special summons Deviati and links both of them into Lambda. He then special summons Siete once again and destroys my Decatron.
Space, the final frontier.
Next he links both of his monsters into Crusadia Equimax, attacks my Orthos for 2000 damage and clears my board. Luckily I have Dynaresta Pancratops, which I special summon, then I special summon Orochi and attack him for game.
Round 3. Fight!
Game 3 he makes me go first once more. My hand is not the greatest in the game, but I have Danger Tsuchinoko, which I reveal and make him discard 1. He is lucky and discards Ash Blossom, so I special summon Tsuchinoko, then tribute it for Scrap Golem and pass to him. He starts out with Void Banishment once again and searches for Void Feast. He then sets Void Feast and another face down card and passes back to me. In my standby phase he activates Feast, but I negate it with Solemn Warning.
You get nothing! You lose! Good day, sir!
In my turn I play Terraforming and search for Scrap Factory, then I have nothing left except to attack him for 2500 damage and pass. He draws that and just passes back to me. I'm pretty confident at that point. Normal summon Crystron Rosenix, use Monster Reborn on Tsuchinoko, and I attack him and win the game.
I'm a maniac, that's for sure. And I'm dancing like I've never danced before. Gah! That's the stuff.
It's time to
He wins the dice roll and goes first, starting out by playing a Hidden City and using its effect to search for a Subterra Fiendess. Next, he sets 1 card and uses Hidden City's effect to flip it up. It's a Guru and he searches for Final Battle. He sets 2, I also set 2 and pass back to him. He activates Final Battle to flip his Guru face down and again face up and searches for Subterra Archer. Shuffles my card back into the deck and attacks for 3400 damage. I normal summon Chimera, but he uses Guru's effect to flip both of them face down. Then he activates Final Battle to flip Guru face up again and gets another Fiendess. He normal summons another Guru, shuffles my card back into the deck and attacks with enough damage for game.
Round 2. Fight!
In Game 2 I go first, but I just can't get any good starting hands this week, so I play a Scrap Beast, set 1 and pass. He activates Pot of Extravagance, but I negate it with Ash Blossom, then he activates Hidden City, but I negate that as well with Solemn Judgment. On my turn I play Scrap Recycler, get an O-Lion and then link into Wyvern. Wyvern special summons Recycler, destroys it and gets me a Golem from the deck. Wyvern's effect destroys his back row, but he chains it and negates Golem's effect, and then he plays Nibiru to clear my board. Luckily I have Lightning Vortex on the hand, so I destroy his Nibiru and pass to him. He sets 1 and passes, I destroy it, this continues for 3 rounds and eventually on his turn he activates Hidden City. He gets a Subterra Guru, sets 1 and passes back to me. I attack his face down with his Guru, he gets his effect and gets a Fiendess from the deck. After that he sets 1 in his back row and then I pass to him. On his turn he tries activating Numeron Network, but I negate it with my second Solemn Judgment, then he normal summons Fiendess and targets monster in the grave, but I remove it with Cult by the Grave. It's my turn again, I draw into Terraforming, which I activate and search for Scrap Factory. I activate it and then tribute my token for Scrap Golem. He chains Ghost Ogre to Golem's effect, so the effect still activates but it gets destroyed. Factory searches me for another Golem. and he activates Final Battle to flip up his Guru and search for another monster. Golem summons Recycler and he gets Fiendes. Recycler searches for Orochi, which goes in the graveyard, and then I Synchro summon into Scrap Twin Dragon. At this point he reveals he has another Nibiru,
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
clearing my board, but I chain Scrap Storm and destroy my Scrap Twin Dragon to create a Searcher in the grave. The board is cleared, but I get a token and the Searcher on the field. I link them both into Scrap Wyvern, and Scrap Wyvern special summons Scrap Twin Dragon from the graveyard and destroys itself. I use Twin Dragon's effect, destroy my back row card and bounce his 2 cards back to his hand. After that I special summon Orochi from the grave, removing 8 cards from the top of my deck. After that I attack him directly and pass to him. Unfortunately, he now has a clear board, so he can activate Numeron Ball, gets a Numeron Network, and from that a Numeron Calling. He summons 4 Numeron Gates and attacks into my monsters, with each attack doubling his monster's attack. He takes some damage on the first 2 attacks, but with the 3rd attack he destroys my Orochi, and with the 4th attack he runs over my dragon with 8000 damage and wins the game.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Alright, so that's it for the games this week. I hope you enjoyed them. I put a lot of effort in it again. I'm actually really surprised with my bad hands this week. I had a hand this week where I had 3 Scrap Golems on my starting hand, and it was so bad overall that in the 3rd game, the only reason I actually won is because I had terrible hands. Because this way I couldn't go into my extra deck, and Infernoid kind of doesn't work if he can't play off my cards, and since I only had 1 beat stick on the field, he couldn't really cope with that. Also the same thing in game 4, if I would have drawn any monster in the 2nd round over the whole period of the game that I could have normal summoned, I would have just won the game, because I would have been able to do 2 attacks and he can always just summon 1 monster. But that's Yu-Gi-Oh! You don't always have lucky hands, so let's hope next week we get better hands. And before we get to the end of the video, there's actually something special that happened. So I met a guy at the store, and here's a picture of him. This is David, and he was telling me how much he liked my videos and how much effort I put into them, and he wanted to give me something. So at the store he actually bought me this Rising Rampage special edition, and I'm very excited about this because there's never any need for this, but I'm really excited that somebody likes my videos and people out there seem to notice and actually enjoy what I'm doing. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna open this. I actually need 1 card from this pack. It's very unlikely that I get it because it's Appaloosa, but maybe we're lucky, we will see. So let's head on over to the box opening. Alright, so let's see what this is gonna look like. Let's see if we're lucky with this. First we gotta open this up somehow. There we go. And see what's inside. So we have our special cards that are in all the packs apparently. Let's see what this is. So we have Marincess and Salamangreat super rares. But now for the interesting part, because as I said, I need an Appaloosa actually, and it's very expensive, so I'm not interested in buying one. So let's open this up and see if we can get lucky with these cards. See what is the first. Okay, so we have a rare and we have Link Mail. So this is a super rare and a rare, but nothing I need so far. Number 2. All of this is gonna go in the binder eventually, but I'm really more looking for cards I can use, but we will see. 1, 2, 3. Simorg. So that's so far 2 super rares. Let's see if we can get lucky on the final one. Maybe? Maybe? What do you think? Tell me in the comments down below before I finally open this up. So I've seen people do this, the last 3 cards to the top, so let's try this one as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it has a shiny text, Berserker of the Tenji, and it's an effect monster, so it's not a Palooza. But it's a secret rare. I'm not sure if this is good, but it's the wrong secret rare. That's not the one I need, but a secret rare nonetheless. So actually, I'm okay with this. I didn't expect to actually get a secret rare, and now that I got one, I'm a bit disappointed that it's the wrong secret rare, but it's a secret rare, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so that's the box opening. Again, I'm really excited that I got these, that David bought them for me, and it was interesting and also more content for the video, so I hope you enjoyed this as well. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, tell me in the comments down below. Also, if you have any feedback, feel free to give it in the comments down below. I will take everything into consideration as far as I can do it. If you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate it if you give me a like, or if you don't, give me a thumbs down. It's a free world, you can do whatever you want. Feel free to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button so you can get notifications whenever I put out new videos. Yu-Gi-Oh videos usually come out every Monday, so you can look forward to that. That's it for this video, as I already said like 5 times probably. But until next time, see ya and have a nice day!